Welcome to Intuitive Astrology with Molly McCord. Thank you so much for joining me today as we're going to take a look at the Neptune oppositional energy that is unfolding in the United States of America. This Neptune opposition is a big deal, and it began in April 2021 when transiting Neptune in Pisces reached 22 degrees, and it will last into early 2023. Now, with this opposition, I will talk more about the energies involved and some of the general trends to be aware of. But I'm saying that this energy lasts into early 2023 because Neptune is going to be moving back and forth with this opposition, and it takes time for those Neptune energies to clear out, especially in Pisces when they're very fuzzy and foggy. And just imagine the fog clearing. How sometimes you can witness that fog just lingering for a few hours, and then all of a sudden the sun shines through and the fog slowly dissipates. So this energy has a lingering effect, but the biggest energies are in 2021 and 2022. I have a separate playlist for you on YouTube that talks about the USA's astrological chart. And it's important for a number of reasons. There is the upcoming Pluto return that will be exact when Pluto in Capricorn gets to 27 degrees of Capricorn. Then we also have simultaneously this Neptune opposition. We're also going to see Saturn in Aquarius conjunct the USA's moon in Aquarius at the same time. So many big cycles are happening simultaneously during this big energy period. And I wanted to do this video on this topic because it's still very important to take care of your health, your healing, and to maintain a higher perspective of it all. And because of how interconnected we are as a human population, because of how connected the world is at this time, when there are big energies in one part of the world, they ripple out and they connect all of us. So even though this is an astrological transit that's exact in the USA, that means the energy is going to be the most intense in the USA, but it will be working with the global population and the world energies at large. So when we have an outer planet such as Neptune making an opposition to its own energy in a sign, we have an experience here of feeling pulled, of being stretched. The energy has the potential to open up and be understood from the opposite perspective, where we understand different intentions and different themes. But we also have an energy that doesn't quite feel resolved, where there is that push and pull dynamic within every opposition, where we're understanding something from a new place, a new awareness, while trying to adjust and integrate and incorporate it into what is. So it's a very interesting dance here. So what we have natally is Neptune in Virgo, and Virgo is about our daily work and services. It is the job that we have 9 to 5. It's how we live life. We take care of ourselves, take care of our body. It can be associated with exercise, health, nutrition, healing, how we are contributing to a bigger cause. And that's because that Virgo energy wants to be of service. Now, when Neptune is in Virgo, however, those energies are really unclear. And Neptune is in Virgo, that's its opposite sign. So that means it's in its detriment. It's the furthest away from its natural energy, from where it feels at home. So Neptune in Virgo can feel uncertainty, cannot know what is useful, what has a purpose, what matters for the long term, how to be of service. Now, what happens in this energy between Virgo and Pisces is that it brings up our health, our care, how we are eating, the foods that are nutritious, the foods that are supportive. It brings up anything in the healing industries. And this can be both traditional healing and alternative healing, because Virgo can be very traditional. in terms of wanting there to be scientific proof, wanting there to be tests and expertise, and you put in the time and energy to see what is useful, what is supportive. So Virgo can be connected with medicine in all forms, but this Neptune energy is revealing what doesn't last, what doesn't work for the long term, where we have to stay open and flexible to change. So when you think about Virgo as the physical body, the physical self, how we care for our body and what we do on a daily basis, when we have this Neptune and Pisces opposition, there is confusion. There's a sense of, well, what next? What is the next solution, or what is the next practice? What does work? And I feel like what's happening with this opposition is that there is a bigger opening into healing modalities that may be more beneficial for people now. And this can be certainly what we've called alternative healing, but we know works because we know the energy is effective. And that is the power of meditation, the power of energy, Reiki, acupuncture, anything that works with the body to move energies. This is where you could be practicing various energy healing techniques because it feels correct for you and your body is responding. So what we're doing as part of this opposition is stepping away from traditional healing modalities. We're opening up to what is beyond science, what is beyond what's been known and practiced, and looking at how we can practice useful techniques and energies because our energy fields are responsive now and they need that type of support. This is where there can also be a split, a significant split in different healing modalities. And you could look at this between the differences between Eastern medicine and Western medicine, or what is really bringing about true relief and true solutions versus what is only covering up the problem and not really addressing the root cause. So we're understanding more of our energy fields through this opposition, and it's really making us clear on the fact that we don't know everything. And that's part of this Neptune confusion. It's kind of this energy of, well, I thought this was what I needed to do all of my life, but now I feel different. Now I need to try something else because the same old isn't bringing about the results or solutions that they had originally. So we have some new openings here into what you need energetically. And this is a more personal, individualized understanding of the energies where you could find that there's things that you're ready to try or ready to experiment with to see what they bring about. So we have a rise of alternative healing methods and new ways of understanding our bodies as these full energy vessels, more than just our organs or our various internal systems. It's working with the holistic understanding of what we need and to work with it emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Now, all of this can be wonderfully supportive when we're aware that it's time for new solutions and new potentials. However, this opposition can also open up a crisis. It can open up where there isn't enough information or specifics. There aren't enough ways to handle something. And what I'm feeling is very important at this time, we'll call it 2021 into 2023, is to be particularly mindful of your body's messages and to know that health and healing is more important now than it's ever been in this lifetime. That what you do for your own self-care and your own physical health is very important. And there could be things that you're willing to try now, whether those are different herbs or supplements or cleanses, something that maybe you're called to or you're willing to try to really support your body's energy system in a much deeper way. It's beyond just eating healthy foods and drinking water. This is where we're opening up to what you need energetically to feel healthy and how your body responds to that. And it's going to be a very important theme, and it's going to be something that will be working with the world population. Now, this opposition from Neptune is often about removal, where there's dissolving, there's energies that are no longer effective. And so we're going to see that as well. that, again, you want to stay open to trying something new and different, getting another opinion or doing more research or looking at some new solutions that you're not feeling are correct for you anymore. And this is because we are rising in consciousness around all of our energy systems, and we need new forms of support. And that could be through changing your eating habits. But there's also something where the truth of our energy fields is getting clearer and louder, where this is where I'm getting the energy of allergies, where all of a sudden you're just can't eat something, or you have an allergic reaction, or your body is rejecting it. This is where there can be new messages from the body that I don't want to eat gluten, or you don't want to eat certain types of processed foods. All of this is very important, and what they're telling me, and by they I mean my guides, is that health matters are going to continue to be important on this planet, and that it's important to make it something that you're very aware of, to be mindful of what you're eating, and that our eating habits are changing. They've been changing through humanity's evolution, where maybe instead of those 3 meals a day, more people are having 5 meals a day, or they're doing smaller meals throughout the day. They're saying our eating habits are changing just as our sleeping habits are changing, and that this is part of how the body is integrating these new energies, and that all we can do at times is really just roll with it and surf those waves and navigate it, because there isn't going to be stability across the board, meaning there isn't going to be one solution for everyone. There isn't going to be one remedy or one fix for everyone, that everyone's body is speaking to them differently, and that this is where we're really being clearer on where your energy rises and then where it sinks. And so health matters are very important. Now we can put this into context of COVID. And COVID being obviously a health issue and something that changed the planet permanently. This provided a good understanding of how we're all interconnected, which is part of the Neptune and Pisces energies. And it's also showing us how fast energy can move, how quickly it can spread, so to speak. And what they're saying about COVID, and I know that there's different understandings about it, and is it real, is it fake, and everything in between. Because there are people who have had COVID and have been recovering from it, and then there's those who have not been anywhere near it. It's interesting. They're saying that this is part of the confusion, is that there isn't always the clear information that we want. So what we're learning is to trust ourselves, trust our bodies, trust our energy, trust our intuition, which is one of the gifts of Neptune and Pisces. So what this is also showing is that there has been a separation in belief systems around the planet, and that this Neptune opposition is going to continue that separation. Now, you could look at it through the vaccine energies. You could look at it through the energies of how people practice medicine or what they do for physical solutions to health problems. There's this split in energies, and that doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't mean that one is better. It's not meant to be compared. It's just revealing how people navigate these energies very differently, and to stay mindful of what is correct for you. The Neptune opposition is going to continue this split, and there is the potential for more health issues to come up worldwide. This is not meant to create fear. I'm not trying to anticipate some type of horrible event, but what the opposition shows us is that we are learning more about this connection between our Virgo physical selves and then the Neptune in Pisces energies of what we can't see, what isn't tangible or physical, but that's still alive, the energies we share, how viruses and germs and how energy is passed between us. That's what the Neptune and Pisces is. So here we have an energy of how are we caring for ourselves? What are our personal healing modalities that work for us within the larger context of what it means to be healthy in this physical body. So the health issues are going to be strong on the planet into 2023. So what does that mean for you? How do you maintain your health? What are you doing on a daily basis to feel good about yourself physically and to stay mindful of everything? I mean, now that there's hand sanitizer everywhere and more people are washing their hands, that's beneficial in terms of washing your hands. But even the hand sanitizer, there's issues around that. So I feel like there's going to be these ongoing questions that come up that are posed from a higher mainstream objective. And what I mean by that is bigger questions are going to come up, but not everyone is going to have the same solution or the same practice or the same healing modality to follow. And this is part of the split. So keep your attention on what your body is telling you, what your energy is telling you, what your intuition is telling you, because this is going to continue to be a big theme on the planet. Health issues, what it means to be healthy. We could see this play out with more of the vaccine energies and the split around that. We could see it play out in energies that come up that require us to make new choices and to find new solutions. It's interesting because I feel like part of that Neptune and Pisces energy, it's very much about going into your own private space. And this can be the working from home where there were fewer communal places or gathering places. And this could be something that more people are comfortable with, is what it means to be in their own environment and to feel that that is where they thrive, they feel they're healthiest. And it's simply how their energy is best supported on a daily basis. Now, the other thing that's coming up here between this split on the planet, which is further emphasized through every opposition, especially when the transiting planet is opposing itself, it brings up new perspectives and new awareness. And I feel like part of what this Neptune and Pisces is bringing up are more of your own soul experiences around being healthy, around being in a body. And there could be some energies that you carried forward at a cellular DNA level that you're able to heal in this lifetime that you weren't able to heal in previous lifetimes. So there could be like this energy that's compounded that is bringing you to an awareness of what's in your body and you don't know where it came from, or it's not part of your family lineage. It isn't part of what your family members have had. There's something where we could be experiencing at a soul level something in the physical body that we're resolving. And I'm getting the visual that it's really important to do regular cleanses or detox to like flush out the system. Whether that's through probiotics, prebiotics, something that's natural, something that is designed to keep you literally flowing with life, flowing with energies, and to not have any stagnation or buildup, and to be aware if that's what you're feeling. So there's movement that's needed here, and Pisces is always about a completion. Release, letting go, what does need to be cleansed out of you that is going to actually potentially feel healthier, feel lighter, feel like that release. And so healthy supplements, healthy cleanses, anything that really supports letting go, what I'm feeling is that it's much deeper than what we're aware of. It's much deeper because there's something that the physical body maybe has felt stuck in that needs to be released and can be healed in a way that supports the crystalline energies. Because I'm feeling this lightening and I'm hearing lightening up. And the crystalline energies are very light. They're very pure. And they have that crystalline energy signature that's very high vibrating. So that's what we're doing with our bodies. That's part of the higher perspective of this opposition, is that it's an opportunity to be more aware of your physical self and to become healthier, even in ways that you maybe never considered before. I'm also hearing that earth-based and plant-based healing is beautifully supported, whether that is through food and eating habits, but also through anything of the earth, anything from the earth, everything including charcoal and mud or anything you put on your body that helps to draw out what's in the skin, any kinds of herbs, supplements, flower essences. I mean, the list goes on and on of all the ways the earth offers us multiple gifts, multiple ways to feel grounded in our bodies and to feel supported. So there is this connection here more than ever, because when we go to these earth-based healing practices and anything of the planet, it's helping to ground us, support us, and also giving us more of what we naturally need. It's almost like this return to more of the natural ways of being in harmony with the planet that we've been disconnected from through our daily lives. And I know there are movements around this. There's already lots of information and research out there about what that means, what the human body needs in order to feel strong. And it could even be as simple as looking at our sleeping habits and how it lines up with the sun, or how what you do every day is in harmony perhaps with the seasons. And of course, this can even be through eating the fruits and vegetables of every season. So there's little things that can be done that are easier to be done. But I feel like this is an energy that's bringing us back into harmony with the natural flows of the planet and the natural seasons. But it doesn't feel comfortable at first because it might be very different from what our modern lives have needed or have required us to do. But the main message is don't sacrifice your body, your health, or your healing right now, which is part of the dynamic between Virgo and Pisces energy, is what we sacrifice for others, what we give up, what we think we have to do, the martyr complex, or the sense that, oh, I don't know if there's anything that will work. It's giving up, blame, self-pity. Anything that goes into victim consciousness is taking you out of course, your power, but it's taking you away from seeing that there's many new solutions right now. So I feel like this Neptune opposition is going to be a very interesting one to navigate, because health is going to continue to be a big topic on the planet, but there's going to be many ways to be healthy. And part of what we're doing is healing across multiple lifetimes, healing back to a pure essence of our body, so that we also can operate as a more efficient machine, if you will. It's a bit like a tune-up or something that brings you back into greater harmony with your body's messages. Now, unfortunately, I'm also feeling like this means that some people, for whatever reasons, are going to have physical breakdowns where they aren't open to the new solutions or new potentials, where something's not working. They could feel that physical exhaustion, which is really normal during these big energy periods. But what they're showing me is that some people are going to have physical releases, physical breakdowns, where their bodies aren't able to physically work with these energies. Like they're out of sync. There could be various reasons, and it's not for any of us to judge that. It's not even for us to know exactly what's going on. But I'm seeing this in many individuals who have been out of touch with their bodies, who have perhaps been really unaware of any addictions or escapism habits. And that there's going to be something that brings them back into their physical body, brings them back into what their body needs. And again, they can accept it or they can fight it. There can be resistance. There can be any number of reactions. But this energy is really about health and healing, the physical body, what we do every day, where our energies go. And I feel like there's going to be something that is bigger than us that we can't, quote unquote, fight. And by fight, I mean this Neptune energy dissolves the human ego. It dissolves the human willpower. And it means that there's energies here for us to work with and to use to our advantage, but to stay very mindful of where our energy goes and how we use it. So yes, there's going to be more health issues coming up, and it's going to be revealing more choices as well as more solutions. And it's also going to be showing us a higher perspective on what it means to be in a physical body. So again, I'm not trying to sound any alarms, but the health issues aren't over yet. And they're going to be intense 2021 and 2022. And then there's going to be a lightening up in 2023. So to be practical right now, what do you need to take care of yourself physically? What exercise habits, what routines are you doing that are good for you and your physical self? This also relates to the support for the immune system, the support for the digestive tract and the endocrine system, all of the systems of the body. How are you supporting these systems? Because they need you to support them, or else they've got nothing. I mean, they need our attention and our care. And so how are you nourishing these parts of yourself to be strong and to be in your power in a physical sense, but also in the awareness of your energy? So I'm not giving any medical advice, of course, and I'm not able to say what the solution is for every person. But in general, this Neptune opposition means that health is very, very important right now, more so than any other time on the planet. Stay strong in your immune system. Stay strong in what your body needs, whether that is taking the vitamins, probiotics, herbs, supplements. All of that is important right now, and it's going to continue to be important. There's also the very individual selections and choices that we're going to be making around what that means for you, as well as your family, your children, parents, siblings, and to stay open to more alternative healing and even the experimentation to see what brings about results that work for you. Now, I talk more about these Neptune energies on my YouTube channel. It's under the playlist that's about the USA astrological chart and the upcoming American Revolution. There's a specific video about these Neptune energies that shows you more of the historical perspective of what's happened during these big Neptune activity times. So just wanted to give you a heads up on what to be aware of, what to stay focused on, and what to prioritize in your life. Because again, the ability to heal ourselves is very prominent now. We have more tools and resources than ever before, and I feel like we're going to need it. We're going to need to practice it. We're going to know what to turn to as needed. So stay mindful of your body, stay mindful of health, and know that the human population is working with all these energies. So there could be more global health issues that come up. More global health issues. We're not out of the woods yet. The energy is not over yet. But when you have a heads up, when you're aware of it, then you can do what you need to ahead of time. You can be aware of these energies. You can be mindful of them and also prioritize them. So I hope this was beneficial. I realize it might have been a bit repetitive in what I was saying, but I hope you're understanding this energy, that we have to stay aware of our health and body. It's going to be paramount over the next few years. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. I hope this was beneficial and gave you some good things to be aware of in your own life. I will be back every Wednesday and Monday for another podcast episode. Please check out more of my offerings over at mollymccord.online. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And again, on YouTube, you'll find many playlists about all kinds of astrology topics, including more specifics about this Neptune oppositional energy. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a beautiful day ahead, and I will see you back here really soon.